Folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Hello. Welcome back to the stream. My name is Gentsla, and we're here. We're here to stream another Asia session. So hopefully everyone stayed safe yesterday in the markets. It was an interesting day. We had massive divergence between the pairs, and most of what I said kind of played out, which is nice to see. I actually took a trade last night on Euro at 950 to 1010, and got a little bit of a win, which is always a good thing to happen. So let me just present where we are right now in our Blue Guardian 100k funded challenge. Change this up. Here we go. So we're sitting on 0.76% right now. Obviously this curve is just going up, which is nice. Always good. Right now we're sitting on a win rate of 81%. Profit factor of $10 per $1 risk, and we have an average RR about 2.24, which is decent. So I'm just making sure my Guardian Protector is turned on. Yeah, the other day here I had like a thing where I turned it off and then turned it on. You see this little line here? What I think is happening there is that is when you've activated the Guardian. So this whole week I didn't trade because the first week there was no trades available. So the Guardian Protector was flat, and then now we have literally, that's where the Guardian Protector is. So now I know exactly how to do it. Sitting on 0.551%, or a percentage amount, or the amount is $551. And yeah, yo Atmos, welcome back. But yeah, so far it's everything is cruising along. As you can see, last night there were trades. I take partials out, and yeah, that's how it was. Let me just present that screen. Just gonna remove this. Okay. So let me just reset. Okay, so what we're looking at is this part over here. Okay, 950 to 1010, 946 came in. That's when the activation actually occurred. I entered just over here at 950 on the dot. There's a fair value gap here and a fair value gap in here. I took that to the stop over here and took my profits right over there. Now let me actually put that onto the chart so you can see it. My personal was a whole different story. So what we have here is we have AUD. Same concept. Yesterday we spoke about the weekly opening gap and how I expect price to come up, and in London it's supposed to come down back to the gap, back to settlement price, and guess what? 3 o'clock ticks over and bam, we come back. New York again also requires settlement, came back down. So that was a nice little trade over there. And we had this one over here on GBP as well, same time. But I actually didn't take this trade. It was just an estimate of where 4 would be. That's what I mean by price kind of diverged in a sense. As we were speaking about yesterday in GBP, price came in, set up the new Hong Kong gap. We have our daily open, we have our weekly open. What happens? Price goes up in London at 3 o'clock. It was a beautiful, beautiful sell. I was busy during that time. I would have taken this right over here in this little fair value gap. I would have taken that as a short and rode it all the way down to Well, Hong Kong should have given me a nice clean 4R, but unfortunately I wasn't available at that time, so that's okay. It is what it is. As soon as it reaches the opening gap within the Hong Kong gap, bang, it starts seeking moon again, which is always fascinating. US 500, same thing. If you're looking yesterday, you have price reaching up, and we have liquidity that's taken over here. We have our 830 to 930. So 830 is over here, 930 is over here. 930 gets taken. We have our first fair value gap right in there, and that was a short, basically to just down to the opening gap, bang, done. I did say that I was expecting that these boxes would be filled because they have not yesterday because they have not been filled previously. The expectation is that they need to get filled because settlement has not been reached. These gaps need to get filled. Okay, and we're on our way to those gaps being filled. Right here, we have DXY. DXY yesterday came down to a range into our MMG. We have the Hong Kong gap, which is related to that MMG, comes out, comes back, comes to the weekly, previous weekly, and then right now we're sitting over there. So let's set up today. Let me actually just get up the what we expect for today. Hello, Matt Salazar. Great. Simmer, yo, your first time watching the stream? Glad to have you here. Let's get into this. Let's look at the times. We obviously always focus on the times, and we're looking at this time right here. There's a very tight, small range today. So see here, 520. Is there any time before that? No, 520 to 745. That's your gap. The closing of that candle, opening of that candle, that's your daily open on DXY. Opening gap. There we go. And let's just drag that out. Right now, we're just tapping into that. 520 to 745. See, some days it changes. It's like this today because we just had news that has come out. The ECB, so it's a European news. Closing of 259, and that's the initial stage of our Hong Kong. Lovely. Let's go into Euro, and I actually need to go into this. So we have 520 closing of 520, which is over here, and 745, which is right over there. The opening of 745. Yep, that's our opening. So as mentioned, I love it when we get all of this resting or nesting within themselves. So when we have daily opens and stuff that are all nesting like this, it's very interesting. Price is phenomenal. Yesterday, the run up on EU started over here and has gone all the way up to the previous Hong Kong gap. And then at that time, that's why I was quite confident in why this is the trade that I took instead of GBP. On my personal, I took AUD, but it is what it is. Do you stream Asian Session daily? Yes, I do stream Asian Session daily. This is my gig. I do it from my time is 10:30 until 12 because I have stuff that I have to do at 12:30. I just need some time to drive there. Let's go and set this up right over here. Activation time is only in 9 minutes, so we still got time. 9 minutes. We have the closing. 9. Is that perfect? Yes, it is. See where price is respecting and bouncing off of like a dream. I mean, it doesn't get better than perfect price. It just doesn't get better than that. All right, then we go. Then Hong Kong will be set at 9:15. Then we have GBP. What have you got today? So the arrow I drew yesterday. Remember, they're just arrows. My expectation was for price to drive up and it did. So that's funny. Are you using the 1 minute time frame? Yes, I am. I pull this over because this is my 1 minute, and then I pull this over and I just see where we are within price, and then from there I move forward. So again, we're looking at that 520, 20, closing the 745, which should be around here, 45, opening. Oh, it's tight today on GU. That's a super tight range. Perfect. 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 Doesn't get better. Literally doesn't. Let's go into AU. Oh, we're heading for that magical gap I spoke about yesterday, the one that doesn't exist on TradingView. Yeah, here we go. Opening gap. So AU, it worked out perfectly. Came in, went down to the Hong Kong gap, went up. New York, it just came back straight down, and then we're in that range right now. Funny. When you know, you know. That's just literally what it is. When you know, you know. Like, you look sideways, look at the perfection of these wicks and that time. It's literally perfection. Oh, stunning. Absolutely. I love seeing it because it's actually quite beautiful when you like watch price and watch it properly. And you know what to look for. 20 closing to 745 open. Should be around here. There. Oh, it's the bottom of the Hong Kong gap. What a coincidence. So initially, right now, because price is where it is, all right, we're going into this magical gap that doesn't exist. Price is heading downwards, okay, and there is enough distance in all the charts to possibly actually take a trade. So what I'm looking for is in 6 minutes, I'm going to be looking for a long position. So again, we just refine our liquidity down. So we have that 630, which is right over here. The highest high point of 630 is right there, which has actually been taken here at 8. So that's been seen to on EU. We have 730, the lowest low of 730, which is right over here. Okay, that's just been taken right now. And then, so after one side gets taken, I'm looking at the up here. We have equal highs. Is there anything on the sell side? No, there's nothing on the sell side. Okay, I'm just waiting for some kind of a reversal indicator, which means that price goes down, it comes up, it comes down again, and then we have a fair value gap and an entry. Same thing over here on GU. We've still got 5 minutes, so we're good. 630, where is that? On the dot, right there. As you can see, this high of 630 got taken right over here. Okay, and 730, which should be over here somewhere. 731.30 has been taken as well. So that's the top of the gap, of the Hong Kong gap. 730 sell side. And so prices, again, it's a very common thing that aren't you noticing in the charts? If you're watching every day, you can see this consolidation between 630 and 730. That's the liquidity. It then snakes a low. It snakes the high above it. And then we start making moves. Very interesting. AU, on the other hand, is just moving different. It's just moving different. So here we go. Let's go to 6:30. Bang, right there on that candle. Okay. That is our 6:30 buy side. What happened? 7:30, 32, 30. 7:30 right over here. Yeah. So our 7:30, which is right there, was taken. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. 7:30 sell side. Now we have that liquidity that's right there, that little range. And what happened? Funny enough, it takes the sell side. It then makes a move for the buy side and then takes the sell side again. It's a very, very, very common thing. Okay, so if you are learning here with us, enjoying the entertainment, then that's where we are right now. Now, AU actually looks like it has more space to actually move. But again, there's a lot of liquidity residing underneath here, a lot. That's why this magic gap that I put there yesterday, I said that your charts on TradingView don't present it. But on the other charts on your brokers, this wick over here goes all the way down here and then literally stops and the next candle opens over here. There's a missing time. So actually what I would want is I would want price to come into here and then go up. Because again, I'm looking for longs now. DXY, I'm looking for shorts for this. Where are we? Morning. AUD news in 41 minutes. Yeah, there's AUD news coming out. There's also ECB just came out at 8 o'clock on the dot. ECB is Europe, so we'll look at 8 o'clock and see if there was a reaction. Not much. Not much happened. Let's see. Are they presenting a fair value gap to us? No. Let's go into GBP. Have they presented a fair value gap to us? Yes, they have. Let's just hold that in our charts for now and see if in our time window it wants to come back in. AUD. Nope. So this whole strategy that I created is created because 6:30 and 7:30 is kind of in the middle of where the gap is. There's no price for that. So it goes above that, it goes below it, and it goes above it, and then yeah. I have been streaming for the last 2 weeks, every Tuesday to Friday. So I have a lot of stuff there. I'm actually thinking about making a video with my concepts so that more people understand how it is and how I actually take my trade setups. And while we're here, let me actually just get on some music. Get on some music and turn it down because it's very loud. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Who did you learn from, or how did you learn to trade Asia? That's actually a nice question. Thank you for asking it. I actually, my main mentor, free YouTube thing was watching ICT. Trading Asia, I figured out by myself. EDR, the change of character and stuff like that, I only take if it's in the sessions with larger volatility. You don't get the change of character often in Asia. But back to your question, how did I learn to trade it? I actually figured it out on my own. Most of the times and stuff that I use are my own time that I figured out. And what's funny, ICT has this silver bullets thing right now. What time? 51. So he's got a silver bullet trade that everyone trades. No, I don't trust this. I'm expecting it to continue going down because EU is pushing lower, AU is pushing lower, GU should follow suit. That's why the correlation is very, very important. So again, I learned to trade the session on my own, in a way. All the strategies and stuff that I've developed are my own brainchild that I've come up with, and that's what I love about ICT stuff. Is he gives you the tools to be able to assess the market and be able to actually feel confident in an entry, and then all you need to do is come up with your own plan, and whatever time of the day it is. So, in my opinion, that's what I do. Okay, so the markets are stalling for a second. They're literally frozen. That's an indication, as always, like I was saying. If you're looking at your broker right now, price is like not moving. Something's afoot. Means that we're gonna have a move soon. And then there's going to be like a lag, like catch up thing. So Asia macro, there's a few Asia macros that happen. It just depends on when you're looking at the markets. The first one happens between 7:50 and 8:10, and then so as you can see over here, let me just move this to the side. I still observe my charts. The first macro is you have this liquidity over here that's set by the opening range gap on DXY. Then what happens is as soon as that opening range gap has been taken to the sell side, okay, that's why 7:50 to 8:10, there is a shift to take the stuff on the buy side. As soon as it takes the buy side, that should be around like 8:30-ish, and then we have a move. Either it's a continuation for a move between. So here's the same thing. This was taken just over here, and then it moves lower, and then we have our next macro, which is 8:50 to 9:10. Oh, finally, AU is dropping like a rock. Where's it going? I wonder. Oh, it's funny. That's very, very funny. Like I said, all you need to do is keep the opening gap, keep the Hong Kong gap, and just understand the characteristics of each session. Every session needs settlement. If the session does not get settlement, it will try and take it the next day or the next session after that. Tony, yeah, that would be good. Or you can just continue to carry on watching the streams. That FVG on GU is actually panning. I'm looking at EU right now. What are you doing? It's sniped, but G hasn't. Yeah, in regards to the change of character, I don't look for a change of character, I look for market structure shift. So there's I don't know what ideology uses, as in which methodology, sorry, uses the change of character, because I don't do change of character. I only use a market structure shift, especially when you trade in the 1 minute. Like, to be honest, if you're waiting for this change of character to go short, change of character is like the whole leg almost. Whereas a market structure shift is, I'm literally waiting for, it sets here, this comes up. As soon as that red candle gets broken over there, I'm looking at fair value gaps to go short. That's how I trade. Same thing on this side. As soon as these red candles over here get taken on the buy side, then I'm looking for fair value gaps on the sell side to go higher. Same thing over here. I'm not looking for the whole leg to shift. What I'm looking literally for is every single red candle over here, here, here. That's setting up your structure. As soon as that happens, I then am seeking a fair value gap, which actually was not presented over here, but that went short. So right now, we don't have a change of market structure in any of these three pairs. That's why I'm waiting. Emmanuel, yes, they are New York time. I do exactly the same thing ICT does, just because when we have people from around the whole world watching, the times that people have are... There's a void. There's a void over here. This EU. Just move this aside. So the things that you don't spot over here is that just over here there's a void now. Okay, funnily enough, that aligns perfectly with the corresponding liquidity right behind it. If you can see, that's all like one square over there. That's all one square in a way. All right, you don't see it very well on TradingView. So that's interesting. That's an interesting thing for me. So let me just mark that out, because you don't have voids on the other ones. So 850 to 910 macro. Yep. So right now we're looking at what might be a possible turtle soup kind of scenario happening. So whenever you have, if you're ever trying to project a thing going out in time, okay, it's very, very simple. You just look at the previous legs. All right, so from over here, okay, if you're projecting short, right, very, very easy. You go from the high to the low, and you expect that price will go right here, okay? It's an equal measured standard deviation move. But that void is interesting because now I want price to push away from it and then switch up on a dime and then go long. AU is actually working perfectly from here. What's happening into here? What's the round numbers? I don't have round numbers in here. Let's look right. 500, which is over here. Yep, that came and snaked that. So after 500, we're looking at 200 or 350. So 200 is down here somewhere. Yeah, that's 200. And then in the middle of that, 50% of that is 350. So if it's going to go short, that's where we're expecting it to go. But it's equal liquidity on the sell side. What's buy side doing? Here, same thing. go to the low, that leg that's projected out, 1 standard deviation, that's a projection for long. As in, if it goes long, it'll go there. But we're tapping into the Hong Kong gap from previous. So this little Hong Kong gap that was set on Tuesday last week, right now, that is where price is ranging in. The Hong Kong gap that was set on Thursday last week as well is the target that we went for in that we were going for this week. I'm still bullish on DXY just because of this unfilled gap over here. But price might go up, down, up, down, up, down, and eventually fill it in. We have come into the MMG already on a Monday. I didn't expect that to happen on a Monday, but it did. So it is what it is. So from here, we just trade on the day. That to me is a market structure shift. Let's look at GU. Yeah. AU. It's pumping. It's just shifted. Straight from that magical gap I spoke about yesterday. Isn't that weird? When you say every session needs settlement, not every session, because I consider sessions to be an AM session and a PM session for both, for all three. So for Asia, we have AM, PM. Right now, we're in Asia AM. We're going into PM in 1 hour. They will start to have lunch. Sorry, not 1 hour. At midnight, on the dot, from midnight until 1 o'clock. That's when Asia. I consider Asia to be Hong Kong time. Just wait and see what this candle does. And yeah. Are you going to give me a fill? My bias right now is long. But I'm literally waiting to see if it comes back into the fair value gap. It hasn't so far. You can see over here we have equal highs. All of this is going to be taken. Why does it target the gaps? Because it's actual price. The gaps, or like what I call settlement, okay, is, sorry, I had to hold my finger over this, is basically where each session needs to, because if you have a trading day, for example. Yes, for us, we see candles. For normal business people and stuff in all the different countries, they don't. They get offered by their broker, they get offered a certain price. Now, whatever price that is, which is normally the opening gap, so the closing or opening of price, so it's normally the opening or closing of price. And what they do is they are offering the same price to people all over the world. EU tends to run. Yeah, it does. Where to find your streams? Right here on this YouTube channel. Right here. My stop is actually 7:17 over here. So what you're looking at is the gaps in certain times have to be filled. So if it got filled earlier and it was not in like the Asian session, for example, the Asian session starts at 9:50. It literally is about to begin. Like in my opinion, the Hong Kong gap, the reason why it's there is because at the closing of 9:15 and the opening of 9:16, we're gonna have a move. Okay, and it invalidates all the rest of the price. So what we have here is this is the previous Hong Kong, but what we have is all of this price. Where's 230 over here? All of this price is void. Okay, so all of this, you can literally put a candle over here, and it means it put a black box around it, and it means nothing until the closing of 9:15, opening of 9:16. And then the difference between that price will be the Hong Kong gap. It'll be the Hong Kong gap, which will need to be filled, because that's when the Asia traders are coming in and wanting to settle. Selling Euro USD, selling gold, you're selling everything. Okay. We all trade different. That's how it is. I'm in longs until the top, as you can see. I have so this right now is a 2.26 halfway through. So if I pull my fib from the top here down to my entry price, at the halfway point, I take 50% of my trade off. Where are we? Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update that shit worsens. Why?
Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Where are we right now, time-wise? 12. Still got a few minutes. That's perfect liquidity there. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Let's go into my 5 tick and see how we're doing. What's structure looking like? Nice equal highs. Over here, the void at 9604. 9604. So waiting for it to enter now. Took a long on AU. What percent of return did you have for Q1 and Q2? Percent of return, it depends on which one of the accounts, because I trade them all different. Live streams were previously on this channel. Just scroll back through the where it says live and you'll see Gentsla. There's a few other traders as well that are doing their thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a loss. That's okay. It is what it is. It's probably got sniped here to make a reversal. So let's just look at price. See if we can get another entry somewhere. Using half the risk, of course. So my rule is whenever I take a loss, okay, whenever I take a loss, I mitigate my risk and cut it in half. What's the time? Pushing away. 13, 14, 15 on the dot, 16 open. Hong Kong gas been set. Right there. So now we have this range right here, which will need to be filled. It needs to be filled in. I'm taking the trade a bit early. And let's see. What's AU doing? AU's filled that in perfectly. Beautiful. So let me just color this in green. G, there we go. Starts from right there. So we have our opening gap on the buy side over here, and we have the Hong Kong gap that's just been set. Now what's DXY doing? Yeah, let's see what it wants to do. So it opens at 2:59 closing. Here we are. If it doesn't happen now, in this time, we're looking at 9:30, which is the next one. Next time zone coming into 9:30 for it to come back. There's a few times, depends on price and news. Sometimes there's news. It's very rare that there's news in Asia, like impactful news. What is that? Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt. Yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say 520, 511. 520 to 511. And we just hit 500. If it's going to do anything, I actually want to see it from this point. So GBP has just hit that marker there. Great. AU has filled this in. Yeah, I would expect now reversal to happen. Well, not reversal, but a place where you can get in to make some money. GBP has also got a void. 7420, 7416. 7420 right here. 7416. There's a void on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, yeah, sorry, 16. There's no structure shift at all, anything. Come to the high, taps into that MMG again. Nice work. Let's see where we go.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm
CPI in Oz soon. Yep. It's gonna be a rager.
no negotiations. It's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
It's a ton. Almost there. Jaffa. Funny man. First shift. And then I'll be long. Again, I can take two trades in a session and mitigate the risk. So let's see where we're at and if they offer us another entry or not. Has EU shifted?
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out.
The reason I do that is just because sometimes the market will just completely push up against you. Wait right there. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside. You see, hate themselves in society, so I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety. We make our own rival. 532.
So where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything. It's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest to go-getters. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest. There ain't no
Yeah, we have now the DXY is at this time, like I mentioned, would make a little turnaround. If it doesn't happen here, it happens over here. And there's a tiny little fair value gap in there that it filled. And it's the same thing on euro. Now, I haven't been presented with an opportunity yet. I haven't seen any. Change happened at, is it 23 or 22? 22. Minute 22. The shift happened right here in the 5 tick. That little shift there was a little fair value gap in there. There was, sorry, you can't see. I'm going to my broker chart. 522, this candle over here, there's a little void and stuff in price there. It went up, it came down, filled it, and went back up again. And we're continuing. Ultimately, daily's over here. Viveco's over here. I actually, on this trade, I broke this trade over here. It was too close to, it was too close. There's only 1 pip to the opening gap. Unfortunate. But hey, mistakes are made. Life goes on. So right now I'm looking at entering for a second time. It just depends. I haven't been given an entry on the 1 minute. But I'm looking at price going up to here. Where are you on this challenge? Do you know? I was at 0.76%. So again, I don't risk too much. Just take a little bit. AU just got in. Whoa. Oh, that's vicious. That's vicious. Are you just been hammered? You can see the candle on euro, right? Taking out those lows. I'm expecting it to actually continue going up. AU just got slammed down hard. Hence the reason what liquidity was it searching for? We're going to the one hour. We're searching for all of this. That's what it's coming for. Nice. That's so nice. So price is beautiful to me. I love watching stuff like this. DXY, the response is not happening here. So now there's inefficiencies on, as in, there's buy side inefficiencies now on AU. Exciting. What are the Japanese players doing? They're not doing anything. Let's look at Phew. AUD been hammered. That's vicious. Look at that. Where'd it go to? Just underneath here. Of course. Yeah, so AUD, in my opinion, right now, it actually needs to make its way back. Because there's a big inefficiency in price over here. Right over here. Inefficiency. Massive inefficiency. Might push down a little bit more, but then that's a real point of interest. Nice. Nice move. Well done. Gino? Who's that? So that candle there on AUD on 30 on the dot, bang. Now the tracement's gonna now the move is gonna actually take place. So that was here. Now I'm just waiting for a shift. Let's go. AUD actually moved before I was able to enter, which is good. We were looking at those was taken. There's nothing offered inside here. That is a gap now. So wicks are gaps in ICT's theory, and half of the wick is consequent encroachment. Again, this might just continue going down on the on like GBP and Euro. They might just continue if they don't shift. That point's still valid. 481. But like I said, we're at this point now at 9,500. GBP is at 350. That exact point in between, and that's where a reaction occurs. It's about probabilities. Not everything like that's going to continue pushing. See this void? How beautiful it filled. I love it. I love it. Price is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Check UJ. Good idea. Yeah. Making a little bit of a, you just doing not much, it's just kind of stuck. More liquidity. AU and GU look like they're about to break lower. Let's see, is Euro going to resist? Are you going to resist? That's interesting. No, you should push and follow. Anyways, how's everyone's days been? How's the week been so far? How's it been treating everyone? It's fascinating. The markets are not as in correlation. Like they feel broken in a way. They're like not moving right. That is what it is. You will lose some, you'll win some. Nice. Love to hear it. I don't know about that. Like I feel like we're busy setting up liquidity right now to rip out the lows, and then we might have a snap higher. Because I have this on the big screen here. Because what I'm seeing right now is that this over here is liquidity is being set. Okay, it's taken a lower low here and it's pushing up, whereas GU is going down, AU is down, but DXY, so the bottoms and the tops should be matching. Like this looks like right here a nice little box of liquidity that they're going to use, because again the 15 didn't happen. They're going to use this right now to push that to opening price. Wait, I haven't set my Hong Kong gap in here. 16. There's been a shift in structure. Just filled this in. Fair value gap. Nesting. That whole range needs to be filled in. If it doesn't happen now, if it continues pushing away, then I expect London to do it. You see how perfect price is at that time? How it's responding to it? Are there any other pairs you want to look at? Let's have a look at gold. opening, came down. From there, what's the time? Let's go look at 2:59. Yeah.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Oh, tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready.
Yes.
I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations. It's my way. I was born impatient. I'll run this nation.
Let me see where you're happening. Equal highs. Those equal highs there, that's what you're referring to. Don't think yet. I think it's from this time here, it's going to continue pushing down. But we have come into this volume imbalance. That's just grinding. It's over here. It's not a shift. It's over here. It's not a shift.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch. Always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks. We out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized. We out here making posters and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh. Fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up. Play the game, bruh. Never stop. I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit. Keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yeah, I don't think the hugest short is going to be in Asia, especially on a day like today. It's Wednesday. It's going to be big liquidity coming to market.
I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest to go-getters. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest. There ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it.
That's a good one. I like that. Oh, that's funny. It's cool. Nice.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great.
I'm gonna have to go in 13 minutes.
My boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid.
Anything would have happened. What's the time?
My life, 'cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy.
It's gonna start happening. The wick needs to be set for this candle. So what I mean by that is,
On a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like
once the 1 hour, you can see that there's been a huge move to the downside, right? All this here needs to be mitigated unless it carries on dropping and dropping and dropping. But there is bound to be some kind of move to go higher to come into this range. And it just keeps dropping like here. It created a wick, but then just completely slammed. My trade literally capitalizes on this move. So as it goes down here, it goes down, creates the wick. The next one goes up into the candle. That's the move.
yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. Oh, and I ain't gonna
There's lots of buy side liquidity right now, guys. There's a lot.
up that I've ever done, but what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good
Maybe I should just go back into the 1 minute so you can see what's happening.
for. Where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, oh. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what
Yeah, this might just come to here and drop down. No, it's going to fill. So we're going to expect the same thing on the other chart. You trade London? Most times during London, I'm busy. I'm able to like look on my phone and stuff, but yeah. I can't be on my actual desk trading, which is unfortunate.
wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits some losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
51.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Might be right about these equal highs. That's for sure.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Enough range. It's that. Where's openings here? 9.
Society's a myth, put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
How much if I do this? I have 3 8. 4 pips. Let's go long to the open. What do you usually wait before an entry? A market structure shift of some sort. Why is the dog not barking? No, she's comfy in the other room today. Like I said, I have a 2-trade rule. So I have my shift, I have a fair value gap, and I'm taking it. I'm just allowing some extra. Some extra room for it to breathe. Because we're about to reach this point over here on DXY. And there's a lot of unfilled price. The massive gap on AU over here because it hasn't been filled there. And again, if it's a loss, it's a loss. That's it. If you're stressing, you're risking too much. Yeah. If you notice, it's about to shift again because of the time. It has to create the wick. I actually prefer indices. So see how prices is working right now. They created the wick the previous hour. It then took out the lows and came higher. And then now we're within this hour right now. It's gonna needs to create a wick, so it needs to come down. And if it's going to continue going high, it'll continue. But if not, it'll drop down. Same thing this way. But how many drives do we have? Again, all we're doing is capturing possibilities. Sure. Today is my last day to finish phase 1 of TFT. I'm only 4%, so risk a full 4% on 1R with 11 pips. My man. You out there. That's mental. 4% in one trade. How many lots was that? It must have been a lot of lots. Like, I get stressed thinking about that. My thoughts on gold right now, coming perfectly tap this. I haven't set up the chart for gold, but my bias for it is actually long, because normally after some kind of consolidation there is a retracement in gold to the previous leg. So you can see here there's a leg and there's some kind of consolidation, and then there's retracement back to previous point. You have the big leg, there's a retracement coming back, there's a big leg as well. So after that retracement it comes down to fill that in. Big leg fills it in, big leg fills it in. There's lots of filling in happening in gold. This leg though has not been filled yet in gold. So you can see big leg consolidation, big leg that gets filled in, that massive leg over there gets filled in, that massive leg gets filled in, that massive leg gets filled in after filling in this leg, and it just continues. Here is a huge gap of like inefficiency, and it didn't even attempt. It attempted, but then just got smacked. Can you show the fair value gap that you made you take the entry? Yes. So there's a fair value gap there after a market structure shift. But again, it's pushing down. I've given it some room to breathe. I'm not attaching to there. What I'm attaching to is, look at the side over here, these bodies just underneath those candles there. Daily, what you can see is that the previous day was up, we closed, we've come into fill here. Again, I'm expecting longs because we've had this over here, 1, 2, 3 has come up. This fourth one here has broken that. Within a buying program on daily. The only other inefficiency is a higher time frame inefficiency is right here in this fair value gap on GBP. Apart from that, everything else has been filled beautifully. But anyways, that's gonna be. Do you trade New York? Yes, I do. I do trade New York. Like last night, I waited for the family to go to bed, and then I went in and took my trades, which worked out beautifully. Again, more perfect square liquidity. What's the 5 seconds say? What time is it? It is 12:02 p.m. Do you think it'll go to the next? Oh, ICT I started with? I started with... What was the first video? It was so long ago. It's like long ago. I think it was his Market Maker Primer series. This is before the 2022 and all of that. Yes, South Africa. That's where I'm from. The 2016, I wasn't actually he only released that after the 2022 mentorship. So after last year, he only released that then. But yeah, I am gonna have to call it quits because I have to go. So thank you so much for joining in. Bruh, I'm from Johannesburg. Good old Josie. Look at AUD. There's a fair value gap here that was respected after that big push down. It's doing its thing. It's interesting. There's a lot of liquidity residing above these highs over here. Euro, same thing. There's a lot of liquidity residing here. So that's what I'm expecting. Every leg has an equal opposing leg. So here you can see that like build up, and then makes its move to snap all of that out. And then that's what's actually happening right now. It's a build up on the sell side to then go buy. So if you are chilled, if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed seeing me actually have a loss today, that is how it is. Like I said, trading is trading. And you'll win some, you'll lose some, and it's just life. You know, you have to learn to deal with your drawdown and your losses, and that's what it is. So have a lovely day. Keep safe out there in the markets, and I will see you tomorrow. Let's remove this. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.